Come on over, it's time for Tim Friend.
Alright, welcome back to Tim Friend. In the first episode, we got to see a battle. In the last episode, we got to see some interminable dialogue. And in this episode, we get to see the other part of this game, where we get to run around a school, run around to Harry Potter time. And you have to press A to go down, and honestly, it frustrates me. But eventually, you'll have fast travel, it won't fucking matter. You get to travel around the monastery and see the sights and the sounds and the people. They're always doing different stuff, depending on what month it is, I guess, which I appreciate. It seems very Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. If you're watching this and you're already liking this game, but I recommend Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel on Steam and PS4. Has a very similar vibe in the school, but it's more of a true JRPG rather than a tactics game. Anyway, so you accepted a teaching position here. Pity. I was hoping you would lend your strength to the Empire. I never properly introduced myself, did I? My name is Edelgard von Resveld. I'm the princess and heir apparent, of the Adrestian Empire. She's got a real burp on her. I wonder if you'll be tasked with leading the Black Eagles. I won't. I would not like to know any more of the Black Eagles. So once we're in sort of castle wandery abouty mode, we get little quests to go and usually talk to people and do little activities. Usually talk to people or just find shit. It's not common for it to be any more complex than that. So we're wandering around, we're trying to find the 3 house leaders so we can talk to them and just kind of get a feel for which house we want to join. Claus from the Leicester Alliance yet, he wants to know if we want to know about the Golden Deer kids. We don't, we might be, so okay, we're going to choose a house, and we will lose access to pretty much everyone from the other 2 houses. Unless we try really hard, then we can recruit them back to our house. Fingers crossed. But it's going to take quite a bit of doing, so might as well not learn about them for a while. Dimitri, though, this is the house that we're actually joining. Please accept my apologies for the other day. You came to our aid, yet I haven't even the courtesy to properly introduce myself. I am Dimitri Alexander Bladed, Crown Prince of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Of course, at the Academy I'm simply a student, and I've heard word that you are to become a professor here. Delightful news. I still have much to learn, but I'm confident I could benefit greatly from your guidance. In any case, welcome to the monastery. I hear you're investigating the different houses here. Did any of the blue lions catch your attention? Yes, let's look at them. First, Dimitri. He's got high strength and moderate speed and good defense. He's a pretty classic lance boy. Me? Oh, please forgive me. It's difficult to open up on the spot, don't you think? I'm afraid my story has not been a pleasant one. I do hope that doesn't color your view of me, but I understand if that can't be helped. Oh, he's awkward. He doesn't want to talk about himself, but he doesn't know how to appreciate attention. We got Dudu. Dudu was born in Duskor and has been loyally working in my service for the past 4 years. He's rather taciturn, but once you get to know him, you'll see he's a kind and good-natured young man. He is a pretty classic armor knight. He's got the same strength and speed as Dimitri, but he's got higher defense. He loves to be an armor knight. It's almost guaranteed that that's what I'm going to make him. Alright, no more you, Dedu, because your name is Dudu. Felix. Look at this brooding young man. Felix is the house-to-house Fraldarius, which is the most hilarious name. He has a bit of a sharp tongue, but don't let that fool you. Deep down, he's a good guy. I'm sure he is. He's got real high speed and somewhat high strength. He's more of a mercenary boy, like a Myrmidon type person. He gravitates toward people who are skilled. Perhaps you would enjoy a friendly competition with him sometime. I would. Ash, from League of Legends. He's the adoptive son of Lord Leonardo of House Castle Gaspard, but I hear he was born a commoner. He has an extremely earnest personality, so I'm certain, he will approach your lectures with great enthusiasm. Oh, I'm glad. He's a cutie. He can open doors and chests without keys, making him the only sort of true starting thief you get until your party starts to hit level 10. But you don't need him that much. And also he can't steal, he can only unlock. He's another high speed, high skill, low strength boy. Sylvain is the heir to House Gautier. He's a capable person who highly values his friends. That said, Well, he's always been a bit of a skirt chaser, so to speak. Pardon my bluntness. I speak with him about it often, but it doesn't seem to help. He's a great cavalier. He's kind of all around, and he learns lances and horses good, which makes him good at being cavalarious. He also gets stronger when there's a lady next to him, which is hilarious. And we got Mercedes. I hear she was born to imperial nobility, but a twist of fate brought her to the kingdom. So she was from Adrestia, but she's just in the kingdom of Fargus now, I guess. She may seem carefree on the surface, but she's actually a kind soul who pays careful attention to everyone around her. Oh, what a sweetie. Annette. What a cutie. Annette is Baron Dominic's niece. She's a talented student who scored extremely high marks at the Royal School of Sorcery. So she's a mage. She's cheerful and hardworking. Brilliant, really, though she can be a bit oblivious at times. I hear she caused an explosion in the kitchen last night. Bad cook. That's a fun character trait. And Ingrid. Ingrid is Count Galatea's daughter. She's also a childhood friend of Felix Sylvain and myself. Oh, they're friends. She is diligent, industrious, and principled. In truth, she is more knightly than most knights you will ever meet. So she's also a sort of knight-type person, but she's going to be a great Pegasus knight once we get to that point. Once you do the quest, sometimes you just get the reward. You don't even have to go back to the person and talk to them. Like here we got the reward, but then it's part of the story that you have to go back and talk to them anyway, because you got to choose your house. Now that you know all about the people in it, you gotta make a choice that will affect the rest of the game. You got to choose your starter. How are you enjoying your time at the Academy thus far? I hope you've found our halls brimming with the vitality of well-intentioned souls. I suppose it is time for you to take charge of one of our 3 houses of students. Fire Emblem 3 houses, coming to stores this summer. I must note that I am personally against entrusting someone as lacking in trackable history as yourself. Seems like you've cleared your browser history many times, with such a task. But it is as the Archbishop desires. The Black Eagles, the Blue Lions, and the Golden Deer, all so different. I hope you've made it a point to get to know each of them. As you're new here, we've decided to allow you first pick. Manuela and I will take charge of the remaining 2 houses. Which house will I choose? Not even a question. It's Dimitri and Fargus and Blue Lions. You've chosen the Blue Lions, led by Dimitri, correct? Yes. I will choose this cadre of very pretty boys and girls. Your heart has made its choice then. All I ask is that you guide these open minds with virtue, care, and sincerity. They are all promising youths who bear the weight of Fodlan's future upon their shoulders. I hope you appreciate what an honor it is to lead them. Brother? Oh, I'm so sincerely sorry. I did not mean to interrupt. I am in the middle of something, Flane. Is it urgent? No, it's nothing. More importantly, who is this? This is our newest professor at the Academy. So, Flane just rolls up to her brother while he's talking with the Archbishop and 3 people, 2 of whom are the professor. She's like, oh, I want to talk to you, brother. He's like, what is it? It's important. She's like, oh, nothing. Who's this? She just wants to meet you, I bet. Oh my, a new addition to the Officers' Academy. I am so very pleased to meet you, Professor. I am Seteth's little sister, Flane. I am so happy to make your acquaintance. Let us focus on the topic at hand. There's something you should be aware of. In a few days' time, there will be a mock battle between the 3 houses. This is the part where Tim effed it up on the first playthrough of this game. Whoops. Intended to gauge the current progress of the students. We will be using this battle as an opportunity to ascertain your own abilities as well. Please do not disappoint the Archbishop. Whoops, that is all. Alright. Ugh. Like I said, dialogue interminable. And then we get to meet all the students, and they're going to be a little rowdy. Wait, does this mean our new professor is... No, I really can't believe it. But I was speaking to you so casually, as though we were companions. Oh, I'm so sorry, Professor. You just look the same age as the rest of us, and... Oh, and I'm sorry I just said that too. I really must watch my tongue. I don't mind if you treat me as a friend, because that's what's going to happen. Ready or not. You say that, but I just don't know about all this. I'll admit it doesn't sit well with me either. After all, we wish to show you due respect. Sure, but if the professor says it's okay, shouldn't that be enough? That is, if your highness can consent to such a thing. After all, we're already speaking this way to our future king, so we may as well relax our speech with our professor too, right? Well, we're not in the kingdom, so it only goes to follow that we should all speak companionably. I concede. If the professor says it's fine, we ought to accept that kindness gratefully. As for me, I'm not sure I can manage. You don't have to force yourself if it's too difficult. You're fine with that too, right, Professor? Yes, just talk to me as a person and it's fine. Such benevolence is a sight to behold. I don't suppose you would care to join me for tea. We could discuss education and marriage. Control yourself, Sylvain. I have more important matters to discuss with our new professor. Come to the training ground later. There, you'll show me what you're capable of. You aren't wasting any time, are you, Felix? As it were, count me in for any such battle. Pardon me, but I would also love to observe you in battle, for future reference, if that's okay with you. Ash, I won't have you speak of merely watching. You should join us as well. If you get injured, simply say the word and I'll patch you up straight away. She sounds fucking exactly like Haru from Persona 5. If you don't know who that is, be sure to watch all fucking 80 billion episodes of the Persona 5. It's only 41 hours and it's not done, and I haven't updated in a while. Maybe I'll get back to it. Or maybe this is the new Persona. Your Highness, do take care not to go overboard. You worry too much, Dedu. I'll be fine, I promise. My companions, is there not something inherently wrong with crossing blades as a way to bond with each other? Huh, I never thought of it that way. Well, if that's how you feel, I suppose you'll just stay behind while the rest of us are at the training ground? Ingrid, my dearest friend, you really are too harsh on me. Well then, Professor, what do you think? As you can see, the Blue Lion House is a lively bunch, but you'll find none who work harder. Every house is like this. I'm certain we'll cause our fair share of trouble, but I'm very much looking forward to the year ahead. I am also looking forward to it. I have not played the Dimitri route yet. We're still playing on hard, which is that's why I totally beefed the first battle. Not the tutorial, but the mock battle that's coming up. I beefed it in the initial record, but I have since played it as the Golden Deer for the stream, twitch.tv/TimFriend. Give me a follow if you'd like to see me stream this and other games. I've also playing that file on a hard mode, so I know somewhat what to expect. I've altered my strategies somewhat. I think we're going to be okay this time. There's another site we see. It is the what will we call it? The calendar, the schedule. It shows us what day it is. On every Sunday, we have a free day. Every time a little explanation point comes up, we've got to have a little event. This event is just Hanneman talking about what crests are. Crests are a type of inherited power that's pretty wild, and it determines a lot of the status of people in the Adressian Empire and possibly in the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Do what you can to find out. Professor Hanneman here loves talking about crests. He's the big crest guy. If you find something that's like, oh, someone who likes crests would like this, pretty much always goes to Hanneman. We've got a crest that nobody knows what it is yet. Whoa, it's crazy. He's gonna figure it out in like 5 chapters, I think. I think it's 5 chapters. But also on the calendar, every Sunday is a free day. Every time you see the flag of your house, that's a mission, like a real boy mission, a story chapter, if you will. We get a new schedule every month. We have several options we can do. We can rest, which is do nothing, but you get motivation. Battle, where you do normal-ass battles, paralogs, or some certain quest ones. Not story ones, just quest ones. A seminar, where you get to go to a seminar. Pretty weird. Or explore, where you get to just run around the monastery, have a good time. So that's what we're going to do, because that's... Oh. It's the Fire Emblem song, just like from the Fire Emblem games. It's cute. So every month there's new quests in the bulletin board. You don't have to accept them, you have to talk to the person to accept them. Fortunately, do you have one? We have a room here on the fucking first floor, it's fine. You can also talk to every student, mostly every student, who's out and about on these days, and they have new dialogue every time. Every month they get new dialogue. But it's sometimes they will give you like a question. They'll ask you a question, and when you answer the question in a way that they like, they'll be like, I like you. Support points with you. And if you don't, then it's just nothing, but you don't get to try again. Oh well. His Highness says that he trusts you, and I have no cause for doubt. But if you mistreat him in any way, I will take action. His quest is to grow plants. We get a greenhouse. I hear there will be a mock battle soon. We must not neglect our training. I trust that you will carefully study the strengths and weaknesses of each of your students, that you may provide effective guidance. Regardless of the results, this battle will be a great learning experience. Even so, what is the point of competition if the aim isn't to win? As this is your first time at the monastery, please, allow me to show you the ropes. He gives us a guide. We don't have to worry about it. In addition to being a character in combat, we are also a professor at the school. And we have a level, according to how good at being a professor we are. We start at the lowest level, which is E. This gives us 1 activity point, which lets us do 1 big activity during our free day here. For some reason, as you become a better professor, you get to do more shit during the day. We'll show you what some of those are soon, hopefully. Leonie. I'm talking to Leonie even though she's Golden Deer, because I want to recruit her to my house. Yeah! I'm Captain Gerald's first and best apprentice. I can beat anyone, Professor. Even you, if I have to. It may have been only for a short time, but I learned from the absolute best. Alright, if you say so. Bernadetta, she's shy. Sylvain, what do you got for me, bud? Hey, Professor, if you got spare time, want to join me for a trip into town? There's an inn that serves the most amazing food. It's one of my favorite places to eat. You simply must come try it with me. Yeah, we get to eat a meal with someone. But since we're down here... Oh, look, this is the greenhouse, and also a fishing pond. Is this the first Fire Emblem game with the fishing minigame? Please tell me if it's not, because that's hilarious. But definitely another Trails of Cold Steel thing in that there's a fishing minigame, and a Harry Potter thing in that there is a greenhouse. Let's do some gardening. Doing gardening lets you get ingredients for food, which is whatever, but also, if you plant the good enough seeds and cultivate them, you get to plant seeds once a week. You cultivate them one time, it makes them grow gooder, and then you harvest any from last week. So he gives us some more seeds for planting some seeds, which sucks because we may have wanted to plant those, but whatever. Oh, did you come to look at the plants too? The greenhouse here is really incredible. There's so many rare flowers I'd never seen back home, and herbs I never even knew existed. You seem well informed on the subject. My adoptive father is the real expert. He taught me everything I know about herbs, including how to tell them apart and how to make medicines. Yeah, knowing how to tell herbs apart seems like a pretty basic thing to know about herbs. You should try looking around the greenhouse sometime if the mood strikes you. Maybe something will catch your eye. Alright, whatever, nerd. Neville Longbottom ass guy. There's also this kid Cyril. He's real devoted to Lady Rhea, the Archbishop. Also, he seems like a little bit of a prick. It seems like he doesn't have much going on. Do we fish yet? Is that a thing? No, I don't think we got that quest yet. But we will get the quest from Flame. Hello there, Professor. Well, I call you that, but I'm afraid I'm not a student here myself. Where can I visit you then? My brother would not be pleased if he heard you saying such things. The monastery is kind enough to provide a sanctuary for my brother and I. He's the only family I have. She wants us to catch a fish. She loves fish. Weirdly enough, that's a plot point that comes up later. Here's the dining hall, just like in Hogwarts. Everyone gets together and eats, but you're not at house-defying tables. It's just fucking tables wherever. Go sit wherever. We don't give a shit. But part of Sylvain's quest is that he wanted us to share a meal with people. We can share a meal. So, okay, sharing a meal costs an activity point, which is a shame. You get support points with the people you share a meal with. They get support points with each other, because you're going to share a meal with 2 people. Let's see. Do you get authority? No, you get professor, and you get support points, and they get motivation if they're part of your team and they like the food. So we are going to really get Mercedes and Annette motivated by sharing a meal with them. Motivation's important for later, not this episode, but hopefully in the next few episodes we'll show why motivation's important. Today's dish was so good. Oh, but not as good as your homemade sweets, Mercy. You're too kind. Maybe I'll bake some for you next time, Professor. These two characters know each other well, and they get unique dialogue when you have a meal with them, which is cute as fuck. I love friendship. Just like Persona 5, I love that friendship. Fortunately, sharing a meal with 2 students was enough to get us to rank E+, which gives us another activity point and more monthly funds. But we don't get that activity point until next time we have a free day. But whatever. It gives us some more food ingredients that we'll use to cook at some point. And Renown, which we will use to give buffs to our training abilities in like 5 or 6 chapters or so. Let's fish in the pond. Fishing minigame. We'll use Flane's bait. Bait given to us by Flane. Wow. So you press A to get the fish, and then you play the friggin' swimming minigame from Trails of Cold Steel. Like I said, a lot of parallels between this and Harry Potter, and between this and Trails of Cold Steel. Hard recommend both games. I mean, I don't recommend a Harry Potter game, I recommend the Harry Potter books, but you know what I mean. Gotta bring the fish back to Flane, specifically. That's the first time we've ever had to turn in a quest at the quest giver. Is that all of our quests? Yes. But let's go and try to find everyone who's in our house. Felix. Felix is in here somewhere. Where you at, buddy? There you are, buddy of mine. Maybe I can get some support points with you. I was hoping to spar with you. Yeah, he likes that. Love sparring, Felix. Can't right now, but let's fight soon. I look forward to beating you. Damn. He's got a big set of arrogance on his shoulders. And Annette. Let's go to the reception hall, talk to Annette. Another cutie. Where you at, Annette? I'm running to you. Where the fuck is the reception hall? Played this part of the game 3 times, still can't remember where shit is. I'm getting much better at running through the monastery and getting to places without fast traveling. This will become important later. Hello, Professor. I have a tiny question for you, if that's alright. You haven't seen a man with the hair the same color as mine, a scowling face, and a generally gloomy demeanor, have you? Can't say that I have. I suppose it's silly to ask. Sorry for wasting your time. Dang it, I was hoping that would get support points with her. But we'll find that man later. Don't worry, they're not going to let that plot thread dangle for very long. Up there, we got the professors and Rhea. We're going to be fine without them. So let's end the exploration. Once you're out of activity points, there's still some things you can do. You can run around the monastery looking for little treasures everywhere. It's Ferdinand's birthday. On a birthday, you can buy them flowers and they'll like you better. We don't care about Ferdinand. He's in the Black Eagle's house. He can go away. Also, I don't like him very much. He's kind of a prick. Alright, next time on Tim Friend, we'll do this mission, and I'll succeed at it. I promise. Oh boy. Alright, bye everybody.
We're Tim Friend.